Hello, welcome to this video on AI and search engines. Today we're going to talk about several different search engines, including what exactly a search engine is and does, Google's updates, Copilot, Recall, and Microsoft, Baidu, and Perplexity AI. We'll also discuss some of their issues. So to understand search engines, we have to understand that it is a software system that is supposed to provide hyperlinks to web pages and other relevant information on the web in response to a user's query. In the text on this slide that I have borrowed from the Wikipedia page on search engines, you can read more about its definition. Google, when it came out, also added PageRank, where it ranks things by relevancy, which has helped us in the past find relevant information. So for a search provider, the search engine is part of a distributed computing system, which can encompass many different data centers in the world. Their speed and accuracy of an engine's response to a query is based on the complex system of indexing, which is continuously updated. And we hope so. We want these queries to be accurate when we ask for them. And so in this case, right, Google, Bing, DuckDuckGo, Yahoo Search, lots of different examples of search engines. I will say that I am a fan of DuckDuckGo as it has some privacy things built in so that you as the user are not being tracked across the internet in the way that Google tracks you. However, with the advent of generative AI and those things being added to these systems, we can see there are several examples here that maybe this isn't such a great idea. So in early 2024, Google added AI overviews from their Gemini model to its search results. Many of the things that are wrong with this model include that it treated jokes as facts, it has bad sourcing, it can answer different questions than what is being asked, and there are math and reading comprehension levels that are also not great, and it confuses people and names far more so than anything we've seen before. This is problematic in that if your search engine is now giving you wrong information, there's really nothing we can do except realize that it's wrong by checking a different search engine that isn't using an AI system. So here's another example of that AI overview that Google put up. And in this case, it says that Harry Truman died in a volcano, which we should know is untrue. It also says down at the bottom, very, very briefly there, that the generative AI is experimental. This is also becoming a problem though, because there's AI spam in the search results in Google. So Google's PageRank is now ranking AI spam above original reporting in its news results. And while they have adjusted their policies to target AI spam earlier this year, this plagiarizing content still comes up higher in search results months later, and these experts aren't sure why. So again, there's another problem here in that these AI spam bots are now also taking advantage of PageRank and getting their results above original news reports and other probably relevant websites. Microsoft's Copilot is a generative AI, which is showing up in Windows, Edge, Office apps, and Bing. They say it works like ChatGPT in that it's conversational. It can help summarize emails, memos, etc. It can do images, and it can write code in JavaScript, C, and Python. Now, I've heard good things about it being able to do the code in something like JavaScript, C, or Python. I'm unsure about its summarizing of the emails and memos, however. A bigger issue, though, is Microsoft's recall feature, which they thought they might roll out in Copilot Plus with their new NPU units in their new computers. However, this feature would locally screenshot everything you do all day, every day, and has the potential to be abused by and misused by employers and stalkers and a bunch of others that this is just a privacy nightmare. It's also problematic from a business enterprise standpoint in that the confidentiality of employee records and other sensitive third-party data would be backed up to these systems, even though they might be on a password protected laptop. This might not be a great idea. There is an article here in Forbes, which I've linked to in this week's module, and we can see that they are also a little worried about it as well. They talk about ensuring the privacy, security, and compliance, and even the proper deletion of data, which is paramount for compliance with ethical and legal standards. Only time and a rigorous testing will tell the tale as to whether these innovative features can reliably support the needs of users with such sensitive, specific, and exacting requirements. I will talk about Baidu for a moment. Baidu is the largest Chinese search engine in AI. They have the most active and restrictive online censor in the search arena. So they were downgraded by the UN in 2022 for non-compliance for with the UN Global Contract Principles due to their censorship. They are similar to Google in its products, so they offer things like Translate and many other similar things that Google does. They have a ChatGPT equivalent language model called the Ernie bot. And in 2018, China's government designated them as one of their AI champions. One last one we'll talk about, which is Perplexity AI. So Perplexity AI calls themselves a search engine. They are an AI chatbot, which is quote unquote powered research and conversational search engine that answers queries using natural language predictive text. So they say you can ask it a question in natural language. It generates answers using sources from the web, and it cites links within the text responses. However, Perplexity's AI problems include unethical web scraping and plagiarism. Forbes is also calling them out for plagiarizing their news articles, and Wired has accused them of illicitly scraping their website, along with many other websites. Again, this is problematic when it comes to copyright issues, so please see our copyright video. But as you can see, there are many different issues where AI and these systems are intersecting. So what does the inclusion of what does the inclusion of a generative AI into a search engine mean? So if we think about how search engines have been structured in the past, instead of searching and providing links to relevant articles, search engines are being reimagined in that you ask the engine a question and get summarized results. However, as we've seen, there are several issues with this, including search engines, or in this case, something like Google's AI, taking jokes as facts, telling us to put glue on pizza, or many other different weird things that it scraped off of Reddit, for example, or the issues surrounding privacy and security, wrong information, and these copyrighted materials which are being illegally used in their search results. So we will need to be more aware of generative text and the search engines being used. We need to critically think about the answers that we receive now from these engines, because they're no longer just search engines. We are looking at generative AI summaries and a lot of different aspects of our work now. We need to continue to watch and compare search engines and their capabilities and failings, and to teach others to be critically aware as well. In our next video, we are going to look at some generative AI models being applied to our database.